think we just stuck to what we were doing. Obviously that kill helped us, build some momentum, and we never veered off what we were trying to do.
On your goal, what did you see on that play that made you think to go ahead and find that seam and wait for the pass?
I just saw Vinny grab it with some time, and there was some space back there, and once it got to it, just got it on net. Thankfully went in.
What do you think about the way that just Lucan was able to respond after their 2 goals?
Yeah, he's been very, very solid for us. It's awesome. He's doing a great job, and hopefully keep it going.
As a team that 5-on-5 are one of the best in the league. What did you guys? I know the emphasis was to win puck battles in front of that. How do you guys think you did that in front?
I think we did a good job. They did have some chances, but coming back to UPL, he was big. There was a few in tight, some wraps right on the post that he held strong. I think like I said earlier, the defending his 5 and collapsing into that slot really helped us tonight.
What do you think did for the group's confidence that for the first period that you guys did?
Yeah, it's huge. They always play very hard here. It's a tough building to come into, but the guys did a great job. There's some confidence in that room, which is good, and we're just going to keep building it.
That's all I got.
Good.
Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're going to ask him if he was sure he's not a forward.
Maybe I should have more fun with it. Covering Sam Reinhart has just made me never anything in that manner.
Yeah. Now we better watch out. Keep scoring like that. He can be moved back.
I'm not sure.
Take away, Lynn.
You guys have had some really good stretches of play this season where you weren't rewarded because of a lapse here or there. What does it mean after you played a game like that to get the 2 points?
Yeah, it's means a lot. Obviously, like you said, feel like we've been playing good hockey, and you're not always going to get the results. So it's a really good feeling when you do. And I think it just reminds you of all the little things that you did to get the win. And I think I'm just going to make sure we keep doing those things, and I think the results will keep following.
I'm sure there's a lot of different reasons, but over the past week and a few days, you guys have really started playing consistent hockey. And what do you think that really boils down
to? I think just the dedication of, I think, a big mindset from everyone. Not getting too high, not getting too low. Obviously, went through a stretch there where we weren't getting the results, and some games we were a bit off. And I think just sticking with the process and not straying from it. I think that's kind of when you see teams go into some problems, is when guys drift off on their own page. And I don't think we have to do that. I think we got all guys on the same page, pushing the same direction.
This is a team that's really good at this building. They're going to have their pushes. What allowed you guys to really sustain that and continue playing the way that you were?
Yeah, we knew that was a big focus coming into the game. And I think just playing simple and weathering the storm, we knew there was going to be a roller coaster of emotions. Ice was going to tilt both ways, and I think just kind of staying calm throughout that. Obviously, we had a really good first period, and they had the lead. It didn't affect us. We just kept going, and I think that's why we got the result good.
what's going through your head in that final shootout round? How do you want to approach him? Because he has a pretty good goalie.
I think both guys have an holy shot, and figured I usually shoot, so I mix it up a little bit, maybe try deep, and it worked.
Just 2 games in a row. I mean, you guys have won games. This is, I think, the first time since October you guys have put together a nice stretch here. I mean, just how big was it confidence-wise to get 2 in a row, especially on the road in these buildings that you guys went to?
Yeah, those are obviously hard ones when you come into a road game. And like I said, it's even more rewarding just because of the simple fact that we haven't been getting the results, and the effort's been there, and the compete's been there. So those are frustrating losses, and like I said, I don't think they let it get to us. I think made us hungrier, and I think we just got to keep pushing forward now.
How big was it, that 4-minute penalty kill you guys have involved in the loss?
Yeah, it was huge. I think honestly that probably won us the game. They score one on the PP there, and maybe it's a little different. But you know, like that's big credit to our big kid. They've been great all year, and obviously Ubi's been standing on his head. So credit to those guys.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, thanks.
If he's around, I don't wanna. It's all right. I'm all right. How are you? That's you. You started open, right? And you decided, you sent out
That
a
was my
tweet or
call.
something, and it was like,
Yeah.
I had no choice. It's Lance is out, he writes it, I gotta do it.
If only that was the case.
Yeah.
You guys
Today.
could just switch places, do the whole thing.
That would be a really, yeah. I guess for you, I mean, you've said all along, if they just keep doing the things that were producing promising signs that the results would come. Good to see them close out a game like this when you guys played a pretty
Yeah,
darn good 60 minutes.
It's nice when you guys work that hard and pay attention to details, and play in a building that was, it's loud, it's crazy in here, and it didn't affect one bit negatively at all. I thought the focus was great, and to get rewarded, and you don't get rewarded for your work until the very end. I'm happy for our guys for that. They put the work in and the effort, and again, UPL was solid, and pretty much everybody was, so heck of a job.
Did you like the way that UPL responded following those goals against? I'm sure those are two that he wanted back, but it didn't bother him. It seemed like if anything, he just got more calm and the crease of the game.
Yeah, and I do. I love his body language tells it all. He was out again challenging Kaprizov on the shot, and a lot of times guys that are that hot in the league, shooters and scorers and that dynamic, they're intimidating to the defenseman, they're intimidating the goalie, and they give them a little extra time and space. And that wasn't the case at all tonight. So I thought our defensemen were great in that regard, and I thought UPL was great in that regard.
What was the message at the end of the second period, and what do you have to say about just the way they responded to the third?
The message was simple. It's a very, very winnable game because of the work they put in, and they deserve to win. A couple of things tactically to focus on, but the game we felt was ours. There was an opportunity that we would have to win that game, and Hinestroza made an unbelievable play, and Pysyk jumping down from the far blue line, he hadn't done that all game, and so they sensed it. They had that killer instinct and were decisive in action again, because Pysyk hadn't gone down the goal line at all from what I can account. It's not a normal position. What a heads up play by Vinny to that play. So yeah, they were dialed in. They felt obviously the response in the third period was one of ownership. We deserve this game, and they went after it. So
I know you don't want to make too much of it, but it's a sign of growth. I mean, these two games
Yeah.
were on the road against very good teams, and I mean, you guys just look more calm in terms of responding to difficult moments on the road.
yeah, I mean, we're definitely growing. I mean, we're going to continue to grow. We've seen signs of growth even in, we haven't won games. So that's our entire focus is on growth, and we're going to stay with it regardless of result. Because again, you can play a great. We know in sports you can play a great game and 3 bounces go off a shin pad and you're net. You're sitting here asking why this, why that. We've had what you might think is bad luck if you recount games, but you just got to keep moving on. And again, when I say moving on, never ever stop growing and focus on that growth. And I refer to our practices a lot. You watch our practices; they're intense. The guys are practicing with intent to get better, and you see them improve in practice execution, and there'll be a lag, but eventually they'll start executing at that proficiency in practice or in the game. And we've continually seen that incrementation all season long, and it'll be that way. That's all I got.
Awesome. Will do.
Recording stopped.